welcome to Board Games with Niramas. I'm Joseph or Niramas, and I'm here today with Racco, of course. And we're going to check out 25 games from 2018 that I haven't played yet. There were so many games released in 2018. A bunch of them I did play, and I really enjoyed a bunch of them. So I did a top 10 list, and top 10 list for expansions. But you can check them out. Just click the eye up there in the top right corner. But also stay here, of course, as we're going to talk through these 25 games that I want to play. Most of them I do have on my shelf. They're still in shrink. Haven't even opened them yet because, you know, there's so much to do. Some of them I don't own, but then friends have them and so on, so I will be able to borrow them and make some run-throughs for them as well. Because all of these games will be unboxed and run-through or playthrough, solo playthrough. It depends a bit on the game. Some of them I'll do live streams. Yeah, it depends on the game, basically. There's some expansion in here as well. I'm cheating a bit, and they aren't ranked. It's like top 25, but it's 25 games that are from 2018 that I haven't played yet, but I want to play. So let's just get started here with with A, Architects of the West Kingdom. This is one that I really want to play. Really want to play. A friend got it at Essenspiel, so I didn't myself because of so many games. This is a sort of follow-up to the whole, what should we call it? The Raiders of the North Sea, the trilogy of North Sea. It was like Shipwright of the North Sea, I think, and Explorers of the North Sea. Haven't played, I only played Raiders, but I really liked that one. I heard bad things about the other ones. But Architect seems really cool. It's a worker placement game where you have a bunch of workers, but then as the game keeps going, you get fewer and fewer because the other players can capture them and put them in prison. It sounds really fun. And yeah, I'm really excited to try this one out, Architects of the West Kingdom. Then we have Blue Lagoon, which is a game that I own. I did an unboxing for it. I brought it to game night. Other people played it. They borrowed it from me and played it, but I haven't played it myself yet. But Blue Lagoon seems cool. It's a somewhat abstract sort of, you have these islands. You're going to place out things on the islands, and you're going to score points depending on how you place your little huts and all that out here. Seems cool. And it's fairly quick, and so I'm probably going to play this one pretty soon, as soon as I get the chance to it. Then we have Carpe Diem, which is something I really want to play. It looks really bad. It's from Stefan Feld, one of my favorite designers. It does look really bad, but on the other hand, it seems to have a great gameplay to it. The gameplay seems really interesting. You have this little system where you move your pawn over these lines, and you're trying to pick up different tiles. It's a tile laying game where you place the tiles. See if we have a picture of that from Board Game Geek here. Borrowing all this from Board Game Geek, by the way. Here it is. You place the tiles out here to 4 buildings and so on. As you can see, it's not that beautiful, but it seems to be really fun. A lot of good talk about this one. So Carpe Diem, I'm going to try to play that as soon as I can. I don't own it, but a friend does. Then we have an expansion, a bit of cheating in here, but this is something I really want to play, the Caverna Cave vs. Cave Era 2, the Iron Age. I do have this one. This is the first expansion for Cave vs. Cave, which is a fun sort of 2-player take on the Caverna system. I used to say that I rather play Caverna, the normal game, on 2 players because I think it's so good, but this one does have a place. I mean, it's not the same thing. It's something else than playing Caverna 2-player. So this is a keeper for me. And yeah, with the expansion, it looks like I just did an unboxing for this. Looked like there was a lot of stuff in there. You can go check that out on the channel. But yeah, so I'm excited to try this one out. And it should be pretty easy for me to do since I only need 1 more player, right? So Cave vs. Cave, the Iron Age. Okay, so let's continue. We have the Cerebria, the card game, which is, from what I understand, it's weird, kind of weird because it was sort of released at the same time as Cerebria, the main game. This one, I think the artwork of this one is just so awesome. I think it looks so nice. And from what I understand, I mean, the components and all, from what I understand, it's sort of in this game and in Cerebria, you're playing different emotions, sort of like the Inside Out movie. And yeah, I don't really know how the card game plays, and I don't know how it matches up against the um, sort of main game, which is the next one. Let's just go straight into that one. Cerebria, the Inside World, which is the sort of that's a huge box, a really huge box. And it comes from Mindclash Games. Got it from them at Essence, so thanks for that. And Mindclash Games did Anachrony, which is one of my favorite games of all time, right? So just that made me interested in this one. And I mean, just look at the... This is painted miniatures though, I think, because I don't think it comes painted. I think it was a Kickstarter, if I recall this correctly, and you could have sort of as an add-on, you could get them painted. But I mean, just the so much stuff in this game. It looks really nice. I love the colors and all that and artwork, and the gameplay seems fun as well. It's a team game, so you could play like 2 versus 2. But also, from what I understand, it's also a solo game. So I'm gonna try this one out solo pretty soon here. It's really on the top of my list of wanting to play. It looks so nice. Then we have something special here because we have Chronicles of Crime, which is a game that I have played. I even ranked it. I gave it a 7 as a first impression. You only played it once, or like one night, one evening. I played it twice. And this is a crime-solving game. Now, I play this. I'm going to play this on a live stream at some point. I was planning to do it on New Year's Day, but so many things came in between, and I had to postpone it and so on. But I will do it at some point because I want to show you how it works. It's really cool. You have this, you're using your mobile phone a lot, scanning these QR codes. And it's so cool because, again, like, you're going to talk to people. So you scan one of these people, and then you can scan another one and ask. So you're asking this lady about the man next to her. And she will tell you what she knows about that. Or maybe you can scan her and then scan a clue that you found on the crime scene. She will tell you in the app, like in text, what she knows about this vehicle. Maybe she saw a vehicle drive away from the crime scene. Maybe she's a witness. Maybe she's the killer, and then you have to figure that out. It's so cool. Really liked it when I played it. I only gave it just a 7 there because it was the first impression. I want to play it a bit more to see if it holds up in the long run. Then let's go to something I haven't played, which is the proper ones. But I did want to mention there's 3 games I think that I have played since I played them since I did the top 10, and that's why they're on this list as well, because I haven't talked to you guys about them. So then we have Dice and Dragons, and this one looks interesting. This is, from what I understand, it's sort of a dungeon crawl, but you're sort of you're using dice, and I think it's a roll and write basically. So you're rolling dice, and then you can use the dice to do different actions in the dungeon. And this is a fairly small game. I'm gonna try to just try this out as soon as I can here, because yeah, I like roll and writes. There were a bunch of roll and writes released in 2018. It was sort of the theme of the year almost. Yeah, so that's Dice and Dragons. Then we come to Forum Trianum, which is, wow, this is Stefan Feld's other game that I have unboxed. I looked a bit at it. I read the rules, and yeah, it's coming up on the table soon. But it's a bit on the heavier side, so I need to yeah, it's gonna demand a proper run through that one. Then we have Gnomopolis, which seems really cool. Just a sort of, I think, smaller style game. We're gonna build like a well, it's a city building fantasy mythology, right? So we're going to sort of build with really nice artwork and these cute little meeple guys. And yeah, it looks like a fun mid-weight Euro that I look forward to play as well. It's hard to say. Gnomopolis. Well, yeah, it's the city of the gnomes, basically, I guess. Then we have Keyflow, which is the sort of card version in some ways of Keyflower. Keyflower is a game that I like the gameplay of it, but I hated the rulebook. I think the rulebook was so terrible. It's like it's been a few years since I played it, but this one is sort of the same thing, I think. Maybe except I'm not sure if the auctions are still in here, but yeah, it looks cool, and I do like this. Well, it's this sort of classic Euro. You're trying to get these animals and these buildings that trigger off each other, and get resources. Use the resources to upgrade the buildings and all that fun stuff that I enjoy. So I look forward to playing Keyflow. Then we have Last Heroes, another game that I did an unboxing for, but then I sort of went into the whole, yeah, there's so much to do, so I never got around yet. I'm going to do a playthrough of this, but this is something, I'm not sure if I'm going to like it. Really cool components with these player boards, sort of, that you can move around stuff on them, and yeah, but the whole thing, which is like, it's all about like fighting bad guys, fighting monsters with your different weapons, and you're sort of, when you're not cooperating, but sort of, you're fighting the same monsters, but you're trying to get the most score, which is a bit scary for me, because that sounds a bit like a semi-co-op, which is something I don't really enjoy, at least those that I have played. Then we have Magna Storm, that I did play the other day. I just want to mention it because I haven't talked to you guys about it. I thought it would be perhaps be a top 10, that I would have made my top 10 if I played it earlier. Because it is from Foyland, that did Gaia Project, one of my favorite games of all time. It has this really cool little turtles. So really, I mean, I like it, but I need to play it more, because it had some weird. It was like a worker placement in some ways, and area control, but it was weird. It was another way to think than I usually do in most games. So yeah, I need to go back and play it again. I played it on 3 players. I do want to play it on 4 as well before I can give it a proper judgment. Okay, and then the next one is called Nemesis. This was on Kickstarter during 2018, or maybe even earlier, and people started getting it just, I think, here before Christmas. And this is not my kind of game at all normally, because I think it's a really, like, you know, dice throwing game, going around fighting. But the thing is, it's sort of Alien or Aliens, the board game, and I love those movies. It's my favorite movies in that sort of sci-fi horror theme. So I'm interested because, I mean, look at these miniatures, so cool. And you know, you have your Marines trying to fight them off. Yeah, it looks so cool. I do want to try this. I don't know. Maybe I like it that much that I will actually pick it up. But at least I want to try it out. Nemesis. Then we have New Corp Order, which I haven't looked at all since I got it at Essen. But it's a sort of economical Euro-style game, I think. I got the deluxe version from Essen as well. So I think, yeah. Some parts are obviously upgraded in that one. Looks cool. No idea if I'm gonna like it, but I want to try it out, and I will do a run through for it as well, to show you guys as well. Then we have 1 Week Ultimate Werewolf. This one, oh, I do want to play this. I'm gonna try to get this to the table on DracoCon, which is in a month. We're gonna have Draco's gonna have its own con again, which is the 3rd time actually. So that's going to be fun. That's going to be a full day of gaming in Trollhättan at Alara Games. If you're nearby, come by and join us in the fun gaming. Everybody is welcome, and we're going to have a little quiz as well about board gaming and so on. It's going to be awesome. And yeah, this is a game I think that you need to be a bunch of players. That's how Werewolf usually works. We can't really do it just me and Draco, I think. That would be weird. So I'm hoping to get that one to the table soon as well. Then we have Orbis, which I was almost about to play the other day, but then, yeah, we started playing other stuff. But Orbis is a smaller style game. It's you place these tiles out, or you sort of draft tiles basically, and you build your little pyramid of tiles. And you're a god, so you're building sort of a landscape, and these tiles trigger different effects that gets you resources, that lets you, or sort of worshippers, that lets you build more tiles. So yeah, I read the rule book, seems fun, and I'm going to try it out soon for sure. Maybe even tomorrow actually, because I'll go to game night tomorrow. Then we have Orbital, which I got confused with Orbis at first, but Orbital is something totally different here. It's a sort of a space-themed game with a lot of, I think it looks really abstract to me. It looks like an some sort of, let's see what it says here. It says city building puzzle and science fiction, yeah. Yeah, okay, so it's a city building game. This is one that Martin picked up at Essen, so it's going to be filmed at some point as well. Then the third one that I did play since I last did one of these videos is the Pandemic Fall of Rome. I did a live playthrough of this on Christmas Eve actually. I had really fun with it. This is going to be a keeper for me. I put it at a 7. Maybe it will rise instead of falling for Rome. Nah. Anyway, maybe it will rise as I play it more, but I thought it was cool at first. I do like the theme a lot more than I do with the base pandemic theme, which I think is a bit nasty when you start thinking about it with these nasty diseases and plagues and stuff. Maybe you shouldn't think too much about it. Then we have another expansion in here as well, Raiders of the North Sea. You talked about Architects at start, but this is Raiders of the North Sea, which I really enjoy. And there's 2 expansions for this. There's Fields of Fame and there's War something. So this is a game that I really like, and I bought both the expansions a while ago, but I still haven't got around to play them. But they look really cool. They look so nice. Let's see if I can find. Let's see, Raiders of North Sea. Yeah, this is a fun worker placement with the twist where you only have one worker and you're placing a worker and then you're taking one worker back, which is a cool system. It's really rare. I haven't seen it in another game, and I really like the components for this. Oh, Hall of Heroes is the other one. Okay, so I was totally wrong there. But then you can get some mead and stuff, and in Fields of Fame you also have a fame meter that you're trying to climb to get more points and so on. Then we have Rebel Nox that I talked a bit about with a friend that played it, and yeah, it's obviously a sort of trick-taking game, which is not something I'm that really interested in, but it seemed fun and seemed to be a bit different from most trick-taking games. It has some weird, strange twists on it, so I'm curious to play this one. It's a small box, so I'll try to do it soon as well, and get a video out as well, of course. Then we have The River, which looks amazing. I think this really looks cute. It's from Days of Wonder. They always do good stuff, of course. And this one is, I think this is like a really lightweight gateway style worker placement game where you're trying to build up your buildings along the river to score points and get different effects, and you need resources for that and all that. So yeah, The River I'm going to try out as soon as I can. And then we have another expansion, Santamara American Kingdoms. I really love Santamara, such a great game. Wow. American Kingdoms seems to add more to the game. It adds, from what I understand, it adds also another player, and that player is going to be sort of the native population. So instead of having these set rows and columns that you need to do your dice in, instead you have like a little path in the forest. Yeah, this looks really interesting. The expansion here. I really want to play that soon. Wow, I want to play most of these games soon. Then we have Steam Pirates, which is designed by my friend Pini Schechter. Looks really cool. I think, let's see if we can get a picture up here. Yeah, really cool with all these components. A lot of fun stuff out here. I'm not really sure about the gameplay, if I'm going to enjoy it or not, but I look forward to trying it out. It's yeah, it's definitely there on my list. Then we have Tag City, which is a card game from what I understand, or sort of card driven, I think. No, no, sorry. This is this is sort of a card draw and write, I think. So you're going to tag. You're going to graffiti spray on your board with. Well, it's a dice as well. Maybe I'm confused here. Maybe it's a roll and write actually. It looks like a roll and write. Yeah, okay. There's so many games, I get confused. This is a roll and write, obviously. Everybody has these pens, you write there and you roll, yeah. Okay, so another roll and write, which is fun. So yeah, look forward to that one as well. Then we have Ultimate Werewolf Legacy. That, yeah, wow, this is so cool. I did an unboxing for this, and I did an interview with the designer, Ted Alsbach, or one of the designers. And yeah, this is a legacy game, of course, and it's so hard to get this to the table. I need to find some friends, some groups, so we can play this on a regular basis. The problem is with all these legacy games, and like when there's like campaigns that continue and so on, you need to have that solid group. And I usually just play with different people all the time, and it's gonna be tricky. But I look forward to at some point doing that. Then we have Underwater Cities, which is really soon to come on the channel, because I read the rules, I have everything unpacked and so on. This is a engine builder where you build your little underwater cities on your player board, and it's card driven and it's worker placement at the same time, but these cards are all unique. Some people have said that this reminds them of Terraforming Mars, which I find interesting. You should check it out, see why that is. Yeah, looks really cool. This one will come pretty soon here on the channel as well. I think you can play both solo, and I will play it with Draco as well. And finally we have Way of the Panda, which is a really cool worker placement game from Simon, where you are sort of doing worker placement to move your little pandas. You're fighting pandas around here, you have monks and all that, and you're fighting ninjas. It looks just so much fun. It looks really cool. So yeah, this one will... had this for a while actually. I got this before Essen, so yeah, I really need to get around to just filming like crazy because there's so many games here. Yeah, so that's the 25. Obviously there's other games that I missed here that, you know, tell me in the comment section if you know any games from 2018 that you think I would like, that I should check out. Tell me if you have played any of these games and tell me what you thought about them. And also we're into 2019 now, and more games are coming as well. Just this week, in just a few days, I'll get Wingspan on the table to show you guys in the run through, and a solo playthrough. We're gonna do that on Wingspan, new game from Stonemaier Games, which seems awesome, just so awesome. This engine building game where you have birds, which is a weird theme, but it's fun when they do some theme that isn't that overused, like some others. Anyhow, so many games to talk about. I could just talk for a whole night about this, but I hope that you got a bit of insight into what I did not play yet from 2018. I should say though that I think in regards to my top 10 list, I think right now that Forum Trianum might make it in there. Carpe Diem, Architects of the West Kingdom, Keyflow, Underwater Cities, and Way of the Panda. And I would also say that 1 Week Ultimate Werewolf, all those, or One Night, or the Ultimate Werewolf Legacy, those are the ones that I think would probably have the chance to make it into the top 10 if I just had time to play them before I made that. Yeah, that's how it goes. Most of the games comes out at Essen Spiel at the end of the year, so yeah, I think it's gonna be like this for every year basically. Yeah, okay. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. Draco seems a bit tired. Yeah, we've been sitting here for a while. Have a great evening or morning whenever you're watching. Take care. Bye-bye.
Do you want to keep this little dragon this happy all day long? Then like the video. Board Games with Niramas is sponsored by Alara Games in Sweden.